Hello everyone and welcome back. Ashley Armstrong here, and now we're going to move into system setups. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the left-hand tab here and click on your system settings. Okay, and the first one is the integration, which is the first thing that we actually did when we first set up the MWS credentials. So we're going to go to the second tab where it says general. So what we're going to see here is a maximum displayed bundle inventory. And we highly recommend that you actually put the number of 5 because we have found from tons and tons of testing that it does wonders with creating urgency. So that is going to show that you only have 5 left in inventory basically. So then, as you know, it creates lots of urgency. If someone really wants it, they're going to buy it now. And as you sell through the orders, your inventory will constantly just keep getting updated to 5 again. You sell 2, you're down to 3, now you're back up to 5 again. So it'll constantly maintain that. If you want to say you have an inventory level of 20, by all means you can do that. But from our testing, we have found that creating urgency with a maximum displayed bundle inventory of 5 has done really, really well for all of our accounts. And the next thing that we're going to be talking about is your production time buffer, excuse me. And what you're going to want in here, bare minimum to begin with, we really do recommend between 4 or 5 days. When it becomes, holiday season, Christmas time, anything along those lines, a lot of times we end up finding that you might have to change your production time up to maybe 8 days. Now remember, the reason why we have to do this is because there's a little bit of a delay of communication. Because we are selling FBM products or bundles, Amazon is expecting us to fulfill the order. Amazon's expecting us to ship it out. But in fact, Amazon is doing it on our behalf. And in order for you to confirm that an FBM product has been shipped out inside the Seller Central dashboard, you actually have to paste a tracking number into the FBM section to confirm that it has been shipped. And once it has been confirmed that it's been shipped, then Amazon's, okay, this is great. But the thing is that you only have so many days to do so. So if you have a production time of 1 day or 2 days, that means Amazon is expecting you to ship the item and input the tracking number within 1 to 2 days before the time has expired, because we do not want any late orders whatsoever. But in our case, Amazon is the one who's handling all of this. And even though Amazon, generally speaking, will ship out the orders that we have that they're going on through here, roughly within the exact same time frame that they're shipping out the FBA items, we know that the orders are being created and they're being shipped out pretty much right away. What we're actually having to wait on is Amazon to provide us the tracking number to confirm that it has been shipped. So we have to make sure that we leave a good enough leeway in between that communication time. So if we have a production time of 4 to 5 days, and again, we find that 5 days seems to be a really good average point where it gives us enough time for the order to be placed, of course. The software tool and Amazon are communicating back and forth, and Amazon has created the bundle technically by shipping those particular items out, whether it's single items, double items, mixed match items, doesn't really matter. It's all going to end up at the customer's door. They're preconditioned to getting multiple boxes, so as long as they get what they paid for, they're perfectly happy. But then there's usually a 2, 3, sometimes 4 days, sometimes 7 and 8 days time frame where we are waiting for Amazon to provide us with the tracking number. So again, we do not want to have any late orders, so we have to make sure we leave enough of a buffer room in order for us to technically have the product sold and to receive the tracking number for Amazon, paste it in, confirm the shipment has been done before the 5-day buffer room, basically, is really what that is. So again, we recommend keeping it at 5. That seems to be a good average for us. Again, you are more than welcome to test it out. You can go down to 4 days. We definitely do not recommend you go down, 3 days or lower, because again, sometimes Amazon is late at providing you the tracking number. And if Amazon is late, then of course your account's going to get a flag, and we want to make sure that we're protecting your account. Now, do not forget that if you do end up having a late shipment, and of course Amazon is the one who's actually shipping this item out, you can actually call into Seller Central or send in an email and inform them that this actually was an order that was fulfilled by them, and you would have to actually speak to an FBA specialist in order for them to look at the tracking number to confirm that the order was shipped out from an Amazon warehouse. For some reason, we have found that if you're talking to seller support in any other division, they are not able to see where the item was shipped from. And so the FBA specialist, for some reason, usually is able to see that it was shipped from an Amazon warehouse, which proves that they themselves actually were the ones who fulfilled it, even though it is a third-party channel. So again, 5 days for the average. When you get into holiday season, we highly recommend you might have to go up to 8 days. You might have to go to 10 days. But again, you're going to have to watch your system and see how fast Amazon is able to give you and provide the tracking number, where again the system of course is pasting it all for you and confirming it all for you. That's why this is such a beautiful tool. Everything is on autopilot. But during those heavy seasons, we do recommend that you do watch your account to make sure that there's going to be no issues with any of your account health over at Seller Central. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to be doing is we can go over to the notification section. So in this area here, the email that you had created your software tool with is obviously and automatically going to be getting any sort of updated emails about any orders or any shipments, so on and so forth. But if you have marketing managers or other employees who are also managing your account, you can input their emails into this box here. And as you can see, all you have to do is put in a comma in between them and you're good to go. And of course, the boxes here, you can just check whichever ones you want to have sent to you. Send an email when a product has fallen below the minimum inventory level, so on and so forth. And once everything in here is satisfactory, you have your employee emails in there, anyone who's supposed to get any notifications, you can click the save button. Now, the next thing that we can do as well is we can actually have messaging and support within the software tool. So in order to do that, you're going to go over to the left-hand side here and you're going to click on messages. So you're going to have a whole stored communication log right here. And the easiest thing, like any sort of messages that you're familiar with, we're going to go into clicking the message button. It's going to have the date. You can click the user, and you're going to have, of course, it's going to be the email that you sign up for the account with, or the extra emails that you have in there. We can set the priority, subject message. You can upload a file, and then of course send. So unless you're told otherwise when it comes to your support or communication, you are able to get your messages or questions or whatnot answered from within the software tool. And again, unless you're told otherwise, this should work perfectly fine for you.